So what are the challenges of now versus the challenges before for your current staff? How would you like to be a teenager today? How would you like to be 13 or 14 years old today? On the one hand, it's an honest question. On the one hand, material blessings overflow, don't they? Grocery stores with aisles and aisles of cereal. A whole aisle of toothpaste to choose from. That's pretty cool, right? I can buy something with a mouse click and I can get it tomorrow delivered to my door. Right? Pretty cool. I can watch Hank Green on YouTube. Right? I can consume TED Talks before school. I can learn a language on Babbel without even telling my parents that I'm doing it. I can communicate to almost anybody in the world just about for free. Just about for free. I can explore different cultures. I can form relationships from hundreds of miles away. I can travel, and I can eat cheeseburger-flavored Doritos. Kids today got it made, don't they? Got it made. I can be bullied by a complete stranger on the other side of the world. I can be diagnosed with school-based anxiety and depression at age 5. I can view TV at any age. I can watch horrific violence at any age. I can do that on a handheld device from anywhere in the world. I can be held back in school if I don't score well on a standardized test on some Wednesday in March. I can be told, put down the Play-Doh and grab your mouse in kindergarten. I can read the comment thread on a tweet and see how meanness has become currency. I can see how adults behave. I can be sexualized, body shamed, experience racism from bots and stalkers and fame seekers and the great anonymous cowards on social media. And I do. I can be shot while eating lunch in my school cafeteria. I don't know that reality TV is not real life. I'm told high drama and instantaneous reward is what life is supposed to be by TV. I will be made fun of for being happy, and I will be insulted for experiencing success. This is the world today. But keep in mind, my students, no students, put nonstop violence on TV. That wasn't them who did that. They didn't put television on personal handheld devices. In fact, they didn't buy themselves their first cell phone. The students didn't do that. The students didn't cause their parents' divorce, their father's alcoholism, or their mother's cancer. They didn't invent social media. The gangster persona, that was invented by my generation, not theirs. Right? TikTok was done to them, not for them. They're not the ones who have normalized anger as a problem-solving technique. They grew up watching it. They didn't demand the invention of bubblegum-flavored vaping pens, and they're not the ones who voted to legalize marijuana in your community. That wasn't them. They didn't make the rules during the pandemic. And they don't write the lesson plans in the classrooms. Right? They can be told to look at their fingerprints when they're little kids and say, you are unique, there's nobody just like you. And then we can put them in the world that's based on dichotomies, that sorts and selects, based on objectives set by adults that they've never met. Judged by people. Anonymous people. That's the world that we inherit. They are, as we were, as we are, a product of the environment we're raised in. At home, in the media, across society, and in schools, where they spend the majority of their childhood. So here we are, as we've been for 94 years, and here they come, as they as they always do next September. Here they come. And are we ready? Are we ready? So back to the museum thing that you thought I forgot about. It used to be that a school could be like a museum. the keepers of the canon, the holders of the historical record, hired experts, a physical repository of materials, right? They were in schools that come sit at my feet and I'll share with you and I'll enlighten you, right? Not bad, very successful way. Everything I learned in elementary school came from the 1957 World Book Encyclopedias in my school library, right? In 1976, I had to do a poster presentation on the Western states. I got a C, because I didn't have Hawaii and Alaska on there. But you know what? It was only a C. They didn't fail me because I wasn't expected to know everything that happened yesterday. I wasn't expected to have the wisdom of an adult at age 11, like we expect students to have today, right? Now schools are less docents of museums showing artifacts and authors and scientists, more to navigators, helping students and children make connections to the information that's overflowing out of their pockets on their devices. Not just info, the emotions they experience, the conflicts that they witness, the responses, the messages, the images that bombard them through media and unlimited access. So much incredibly good and so much danger, both just unrelenting. Sort that out at 13, right? So I guess my point is people are growing up faster than they did when I was growing up in the 70s. And I don't mean puberty, although there's scientific research about that. Maybe puberty started faster too. I don't know. I'm not saying people are maturing into well-adjusted adults faster either. I'm just saying that the exposure that accumulates in life happens at a much faster clip than it was when I was a teen. Much faster clip. The miles people are putting on at a younger age these days. We rack them up. And oftentimes it results in amazing stories of entrepreneurship at young ages, people doing remarkable things, producing fantastic art, not necessarily in school, mind you. The things that they could do, right? I know students who know more about Picasso and Niels Bohr than I do when they come here, right? They find inspiration from foreign poetry they teach me about, right? They found it on their own. They're just so much older now. But the flip side is true too. Emotional maturation is not keeping up with all the volume that's available. Not for us as adults and not for young people either. We don't have the skill set to process with perspective all the good and bad that we're experiencing, that we're seeing, that we're witnessing. It gets really, really hard to feel safe. Really hard to feel safe. Belonging is as fleeting as the current group chat. Thus, a crisis of anxiety, depression, apathy, anger, abuse, addiction. Once adult problems, now inflicting children at record levels. So that's the hard news, and I'm sorry, that didn't sound very good, did it? But I'm a positive person, and this is a positive school. So I'm going to tell you the good news. Here's the good news. Here we are, as we have been for 94 years, and here they come, as they do each new September. That's the good news, because we got a chance to help. And that's why Leelanau is here. We got a chance to help. To be a healing school. To be a healing school in this day and age, just as it was healing school in your day and age. It requires an evolution with the times. Not in commitment to meeting needs, not in changing our mission, not in chasing a niche group of people, but in the strategies to deploy to meet those needs. That's what changes, right? To be a micro environment of safety in a larger environment of threats, where children can be heard, learn, and feel safe. The primal needs of all humans don't change, right? And this is science, right? We have a sense of survival. We're going to make decisions based on the survival. We're going to make decisions based on a sense of belonging. We're going to choose belonging. We're going to make decisions based on a sense of independence, self-power, freedom, those types of things. We're going to make those decisions, and we're going to choose things that bring us joy. Those things always happen. William Glasser, Circle of Courage. You pick whatever research you want. It always comes back to those things. And we get to create that environment, productive ways for children to make decisions to get survival, belonging, independence, and joy. Because if we don't give them safe ways to do that, they're going to find them in other ways. So are all of us. We're all going to choose things to create a sense of belonging. Are we going to choose belonging that's healthy for us, or are we going to choose belonging that's unhealthy for us? Because we're going to choose belonging, we're going to run to it. We get to build a place where they run the right direction. And we get to innovate ways to stand in the winds of the negative pressures.